Okay, I'm going to do a video for everybody who has ever had someone die, lost someone. They passed over, however you want to say it. And this is specifically to you guys. I know it hurts. My career was a nurse. I was with many people who died. I was with many family members who had people die. And I died. So I've got some experience here. And if you don't believe that I died, you probably don't want to listen to me anyway. But if you've watched any of my videos and believe me at all, then I want to talk to you. First of all, when somebody dies, and you should possibly refer to my video where I talk about the difference between the spirit soul and the human body. This will make more sense. But unless the soul part of the equation wants to experience pain, physical pain, then I don't care how bad the circumstances seem when the person dies. Usually, and I mean most of the time, the soul part of the human body leaves very quickly and is actually gone from the body, whether it's above the body or it goes out of body to some degree or another before any of that trauma happens. And I mean, if someone was kidnapped and tortured for minutes, hours, days, they still will leave before that they feel that. Okay? If they're dying of cancer, usually the part that they're feeling is usually for the family. Okay? So if they're dying in a hospital, they have an extended death, the best thing you can do for them is to tell them it's okay to go, because they will leave out of that pain very quickly. Very quickly. As long as they're trying to hang on for you, and this happens a lot with women, as long as they think you're not going to be okay, they will stay, and they will hang on, and no matter how painful it is. So if you really love them, the best thing you can do is get close and whisper in their ear and say, it's okay, I'm fine, I'm going to be okay, you can go now. And I have seen people last months for families, even years in one case, for families waiting for everybody to be okay. Literally, the one that lasted for years in a bed, dying, was for her kids to grow up and be old enough to tell her they were going to be okay. And we had a talk, and they all gathered around her and assured her that she was going to be, that they were going to be okay now, and she was dead in 5 minutes, literally. You are a very powerful creator being, and you can do anything. You can defy everything that modern medicine says that you can do. So if you really love them, let them go, guys. Let them go. It's tough laying in that bed and struggling against that kind of pain. But if they're free to go in the moment, if somebody's beat up and tortured, or I don't even care how grotesque, what kind of car wreck they're in, they leave before they feel that physical body. Now, I mean that physical pain. Now, the physical body part of your loved one, it has these hormones that kick in, and it will deaden the complete body. Whether it's minutes, hours, days that they're experiencing this. The body will kick in and protect itself, and it won't feel it. It won't feel anything. Now, it'll feel it right at first, the first hit, the first cut, the first whatever, and then it'll flood the body with these hormones, and it will not feel anything. Now, I don't know if medical science has figured that out yet, but I assure you it happened to me personally, and I saw it happen for years. I didn't know exactly what was going on, but I could tell when the spirit was gone and that human body was still alive. I could tell any long-term nurse, if you can get them to admit it, has seen this, and they know that the person's not there. And there are family members that were really close to these people that will say, yeah, they weren't there anymore. And when they die, they really know that the person that they knew is not there anymore. And they're not. Now, the physical body will deteriorate and go back into Gaia, where it came from. The spirit part of your loved one, the one that you really knew, once they go out of body, they're standing right next to you. You have better access to them once they're dead than you ever did whenever they were alive. Every time you even start to think about that person, they are literally standing right next to you. And I did that in my near-death experience video. I think I talked about it. But people were thinking about me all the time. Of course, I was in the now then, so I could be everywhere at once, so to speak. So every time somebody thought of me, I popped up right next to them. And to me, I was as real in this body and thought that I was standing right next to them as they were real in their body, standing there going, yeah, what do you want? So I want to assure you that when your loved one dies, they are very, very happy. Very happy. Happier than they ever were on this planet. I am not going to do this. I'm not going to say that they miss you, because they don't. They're in the now. They've got you all the time. They've got the real you, the real outside of this body you. So they don't miss you from that perspective. Once you go far enough outside of time, you not only not miss them, you can see that they were fine, that everything works out for everybody. So there is no regret. There's no regret whenever you die and go on the other side. Now, if you go through the tunnel and come back and you're talking to people, yeah, there's a lot of near-death experience people that are worried and in regret, but that's a whole different kind of NDE. That's a whole different purpose for that NDE. But if they're dead and they leave, no, they know that you're going to be fine. Everything's fine. They love you more than they ever did whenever they were in body. And every time you think of them, they're standing right next to you and wondering what you want. So do your loved one a favor, do yourself a favor, do everybody a favor, and just in your mind, you don't have to say it out loud so people think you're nuts. Just say, hey, I was just thinking about you. Hi. I love you. I appreciate and remember the times that we had together, and they were wonderful. And if you will quiet your mind, you can feel their answer. You can feel that they're there. A lot of people talk about that, how they know that they're there. Some of you, your loved one stays with you all the time. An aspect of your loved one stays with you all the time. You would probably translate that as kind of a guardian angel. They join your spirit team, trying to use language that you would understand, so they never leave you. And you guys know who you are when you have that kind of loved one close by. But even if you don't have one that stays with you all the time, they're with you every time you think about them. Every time. And you can ask them questions. If you'll quiet your mind and practice, you'll be able to understand them communicating back and forth to you. They're not as far away as you think they are. Just because they're not in human body anymore and you can't go to the mall or have lunch with them doesn't mean they're far away. That's just a time-space illusion thing. Okay? I hope that helps people. Smile when you remember them, okay? Let's try. I know it's hard. I know it's painful, but try to go past the tears and go into the happy memories and how much fun you had with them, all the wonderful times you had with them, and you will be with them very soon, very, very soon. And yeah, all of you will. So they didn't go very far. All right, guys? Especially if you had a very close relationship with them. It was all pre-planned. You agreed to it. They agreed to it. Everybody agreed to it. So I hope that helps you guys. Big hugs. And I love you all. And I'll talk later. Bye.